With Ruby starting school tomorrow, we've got to kit her out, so we spent $350 on a couple of shirts, a pair of shorts, a pair of pants, and a jacket. So that's the bulk of the uniform sorted, but we need to get her something for sports. She needs a pair of black shorts. I've been trying to make her buy for like 12 months, but anyway, so we've come down to Hornby, there's outlet shopping here, and she's gone into every sports shop there is, and she's trying on every pair of shorts they have to make a decision. And I've kind of had enough, so I'm sitting out here because even when we're done here, we have to go up to Riccarton to Kmart to get her singlets and undies and all that sort of stuff, socks, and we've got a bit of shopping to do yet. Tuesday 25th of August, and I dropped Ruby to school this morning, to her new school she's very excited about, and hopefully she does well. I haven't had a phone call yet, so I'm assuming she got settled in okay and they're looking after her. And then I went across to the industrial area here at Rolleston, which is quite new. This is quite a new kind of area. It's very much a growing area. So I went over there to talk to the spray painters, Panel and Paint over there. So there was two Panel and Paints, one who had just laid a painter off because COVID, obviously everything's a bit slower. The other one had three shops, and they did a lot of rental car work. So they've actually had to shut one of their shops down and combine the two. So they're heavy on the workers anyway, which was fine because I'm not really looking at automotive as an ideal. So there was another place. I'd spoke to the guy yesterday, the general manager, and I popped down there so he could put a face to the name, and it went really well. It's a really great place. They actually build buses start to finish. They import motors and build the chassis and things, and they do the metro buses, and there's lots of them there. It's massive, and they have lots of painters. But again, he's just employed 9 painters, so there's not really an opening there. But as soon as someone goes, he's happy to put me in there. Like we had a really good rapport, and I like the whole system, and it's big enough that I could slip in there, but I wouldn't be, bossing everyone around and being the boss of the paint shop. So that's a bit of a poo. And the other thing is the hourly rate. I mean, I've got over 20 years experience, and they're going to pay me $23 an hour. Did you hear that? $23 an hour. 23. So, I'm still wanting $30 an hour. And I had a phone call from the mob in Tauranga, and they're not going to come up to what I want, and I'm not going to drop to go there. It's just not worth it. It's not worth it to be separate from Ruby, and the cost of living in Tauranga is even more here than Rolleston. So I'd rather be here on less money. And then if I'm going to get less money, maybe I should look at trying something different. So I've got lots of options, too many at the minute. And my other consideration is maybe I should write a CV and go for that job doing the boats in Tauranga for $40 an hour. So I don't know, I didn't really want to write a CV, and Ruby's already laughing at me because I'd been cocky about getting that job in Tauranga, which I technically did. I technically did get that job. I just wasn't going to do it at $28 an hour, and even $30 an hour I would have done it for. It would have had to come up to, $35 to make it worth my while to be living separate from Ruby. And I am shocked at not only the cost of living here in New Zealand, but the wages. The minimum wage doesn't match. Like, it's a real struggle, especially as a sole parent, to be looking at housing myself and Ruby on a single wage. As an experienced tradesperson, I'm really, disappointed. Like, it's okay, I guess, if you've got a couple and you're both working, but when do you get time to spend with your family if you're always off working trying to make ends meet? I mean, $23 an hour on a 40-hour week isn't even $1,000. And then, you take out tax, 25 to 30%, and by the time you pay, your rent and fuel, car costs, whatever, you're not living on very much. So I must take all these things into consideration, I guess, and oh well, it's kind of a holiday. Ruby's at school and I'm not, and I don't have to go to work, so I just, yeah. And there's Ruby's new school. She's headed in there today. I'm not allowed to drop her off. She's a big girl now apparently, but she is a bit nervous. So we shall see how she goes with her first day of school. Go Ruby. So yesterday it was quarter to 8. Ruby got up and was dressed and packed ready to go with her lunch organised, and I had to hurry up and get dressed and drive her off to her first day of her new school. Today, however, it is 8:45 with a start time of 10 to 9, and I have been sitting in the car for about 10 minutes waiting for her to finish getting dressed and finish grabbing her lunch and finish packing her bag and hop in the car so I can take her to school. So it's taken 48 hours, and Ruby slipped straight back into routine of teenagehood and getting to school at the very last minute, and possibly even after the bell.